Welcome back to Quick Coffee with Beth. If you caught episode 1, we walked through how to start building your ideal customer profile by working backwards from your unique offering to the problem it solves, who owns that problem, and then what kind of organization that they live in. Today, we're going to go a layer deeper. We're going beyond the surface level demographics, such as job title, industry, or company size, and we're going to go into the psychographics and the buying triggers that really influence how decisions get made. This is where the rubber meets the road in making your go-to-market strategy sharper and your value proposition stickier. So part 1, psychographics, moving beyond the titles. Titles will only get you so far. The VP of sales at a 50-person SaaS startup is very different than the VP of sales at a Fortune 500 company. Psychographics help you understand how a buyer thinks, what they value, and how they're motivated. So to start to get into this, ask yourself, are they risk adverse or are they risk tolerant? Do they prioritize innovation or stability? Are they personally motivated by recognition, career advancement, or avoiding failure? The answers to those questions will really guide you towards how to construct your conversations around the personalities that you are talking with. And it's very important. A risk adverse person versus a risk tolerant person are very different personality traits. Somebody that is personally motivated by career advancement versus a fear of failure is a very different personality trait. So give some thoughts into the personality traits of the individual that you are talking with and build that into how you are working with that individual. When you start getting into the psychographic layers, you start to see what kind of messaging will actually land. For example, a CFO who values efficiency will respond to cost savings and margin improvement, while a CFO who values growth will lean into unlocking revenue opportunities. Same title, completely different angle. So start to give some thought around the type of personality that you are talking with. Part 2, where buyers fit into the organization. Now, zoom out. It's not just about the individual that you're talking with, it's also about their context within the larger organization. Who do they report to? Who do they need to influence? What bigger initiatives are they trying to align with? For example, a director of IT might technically own the budget for a product, but their decision will also be influenced by the CIO's larger digital transformation strategy or even a CEO's mandate to reduce costs. If you only sell to a director without connecting the dots to the larger organization's broader imperatives, you're going to lose momentum. So, a practical takeaway here is when building your ideal customer profile, don't just list your buyer persona, map the entire ecosystem around them. Who do they answer to? Who do they need buy-in from? And how is your solution supporting the larger, broader imperatives? Part 3, buying triggers and compelling events. This is where it starts to get fun. And this is also where your deal starts to pick up some steam and accelerate. A buying trigger is something that happens inside or outside of the business that makes your solution urgent. Think a new round of funding, a big customer win, layoffs, regulatory changes, leadership changes, or a shift in strategy. Your job is to understand who the buyer is, but also what's happening in their world that makes them more likely to buy now. This is not a decision that they're making yesterday. This is not a decision that they're making a year from now or tomorrow. Why are they buying now? So, example, if you are selling HR tech, a company announcing a major hiring push is a huge trigger. If you are selling compliance software, a new regulation coming out affects your momentum. So consider these external factors or these triggers when you're considering what's making your buyer buy in this moment. So a practical tip: build a short list of 3 to 5 common buying triggers for your ideal customer profile and bake them into your sales discovery questions. Ask, what changed recently in your org that made this a priority? What's on your CEO's top agenda right now that ties into this? This helps move from just selling a product or positioning yourself into becoming a partner into solving a timely problem. And it also helps you partner with your buyer to put in their mind how what they're doing with this purchase fits into the larger organization. So again, it helps put your buyer in a position of influencing their leadership or others around them into this activity, this buying activity. So to recap, in episode 1, we identified who, the problem owner, and the organization type. Today, we added why now and how they think by layering in the psychographics, the organizational context, and the buying triggers. This is where your ideal customer profile building moves from theory into something that's truly powerful for your go-to-market strategy. So in episode 3, we're going to start to bring it all together and talk about how to use this to sharpen your value proposition and to close more deals faster, right? We all want that. So stick with me. This is where the magic really happens. And as always, if this sparked some ideas, drop me a comment or share your biggest takeaway. I'd love to hear what you have to say. We're just a click away. And until next time, go grab your coffee or refill your coffee. And thanks for enjoying this episode of Quick Coffee with Beth. And I will catch you on the next episode.